Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all keeping well on this Monday morning, afternoon, evening, depending on where you are. What should I do first? Oh, I'll bring Mark in. Yeah, at the moment, I have Mark in as my earworm today, so he'll be keeping me up to date with what's going on in the chat. I have invited. Oh, Dale's just messaged me and said he's stuck for a bit yet because obviously Dale's working. And I've invited Jamie as well, but he's not here at the moment. So I'll stick Mark back in the background and I'll let you see what we're going to be doing. I've got a nice piece of yew on the lathe today. It's a crotch piece. It's about 8 inches long. It's 8 inches over the crotch, but it's a bit not quite as wide in the middle, and don't know how deep it is. I haven't measured. About 5 inches. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Just check the speed on this. I'm going to be starting off turning at around about, yeah, it's about 670. I'm not going to bother rounding this off. I'm just going to start at the bottom, start shaping it, and see what shape I come up with. So I'll let you get on and do what you do, Mark.
Okay. Howdy, everybody. So, first in was Wood Wizardry by Colin.
How unusual.
Yeah, it's because he lives here. Then we had Leroy 500, Jared the French Turner, Dr. Bob, Pete from Twisted Trees, Doug Miller, John S. Castin, Mark Pritchard, Chris Dodds, Andy H. is returning, Malcolm Douglas, Andy Best, Terry from TJ Turning, Chris Nunn, Mo Valley Maker, David Dedman, Robert Dolman, Mike Hugh Hobby Woodturner, Nick Castle, Chris Nunn, Lewis the Klondike Craftsman, Ian Leonard, Patrick Hanley, Sidley 61, Garen Dolman, Trevor P. Hobby Woodturner, David Eisenhower, Glenn's in, the Yorkshire Kid. Hi, Glenn.
Hey, Glenn.
Brent B. Croft. And I think that's everybody.
Thanks for coming along, everybody. Much appreciated.
Oh, Tim Saul's in. Hi, Tim. Brian from Hardwood Turning's in.
Hey, Brian.
Pete says, sorry, Mark, he had the bandsaw on. Could I start over? No. Paul Smith's in. Hi, Paul.
Hey, Paul. Right, I'm having to take a fair amount off the bottom of this because I'm needing a mounting point for the chuck. I'll just have a look, see if I've got enough yet. Not quite. I'll just do another couple of passes to get rid of some more. Start shaping some of this. Now, sorry, Mark.
Adam's got a question for you.
Yeah.
The gouge you're using now, the Excelsior gouge, is it worth the extra for the bling gold layer?
I think so, yes. Because it tends to hold its edge, I'd say 2 or 3 times more than an ordinary high-speed steel gouge.
And Rex B has a question. Have you ever used a glue block, or are they not strong enough?
Oh yes, glue blocks are plenty strong enough.
Yeah. Mike Walt's done a couple of videos on glue blocks, and he showed taking a piece off the glue block after he'd been turning it, using a hot glue, and when he had to break it off, it broke the bottom of the piece off, and the glue bond was still intact.
Right, start getting some shape into this now, I think. Now, the thing is with hot glue is that you get hobby hot glue and you get sort of industrial hot glue. So you've got to be careful on which one you use.
Yeah. Don't ever use the coloured hot glue, because that's a craft glue. It's not strong enough. Adam Klondike's asking, is that colour or ring shake in the centre? I think it's colour, isn't it?
It's colour. It's the heartwood. All the light stuff around here is the sapwood, and then the yellow is the heartwood.
Colin's asking where's the best place to get the glue from. Screwfix, B&Q, Wix, Travis Perkins, any good DIY store. Amazon sell it. I get mine from Screwfix. Bob Stewart's asking, has anyone experienced of tulip wood? I tried cellulose lacquer, but it seems to soak into the wood.
Right, have you used sand and sealer before? Tulip wood can be quite soft. I would say before putting any lacquer on, you need to have a good soaking of sand and sealer on there. I'm just taking some more of this bark off at the moment because it's all going to come off anyway.
Glenn's asking, isn't it the higher heat of the glue gun rather than the glue stick itself?
Glenn, I think you actually get some glue sticks that are low melting point, which is, the craft stuff. Which is why you get the glue guns. Some of the glue guns are hot melt, and some of them aren't. The class is not quite as hot, if you see what I mean.
Gerard the French Turner is asking, could you take out the glue block with a heat gun?
Yes. But the thing is, as well as when you're using a glue block, as well as say I had a glue block on the bottom of here, I'd have glue all around the bottom. And then when I put the glue block on, I'd sort of put glue around the edges as well, in between the piece and the glue block. Now the heat gun will take off the glue around the edges, but you're still going to have the glue on the bottom of the piece. If that makes sense.
Ian in the shed's asking, is the glue gun and sticks often seen in Lidl's any good?
That's what I've actually got. I don't have the. In fact, I do have a glue gun from Lidl's. I bought it because it only cost £2. But the one I usually use is a Bosch one. But I do use the glue sticks from Lidl's. Yes.
Right, who else is in now? Steve Scott's in. Bonjour, Barry from Real Simple Things. I saw another name there as well. Yappy Makes is in. Hi, Yappy.
Hey, Yappy.
Karen Dolman's in. Not sure if I already mentioned her. Steve Ash is in.
Right, I'll put a mountain point in this before I forget.
For those who've turned up a little late, Wayne's turning a piece of yew. It was approximately 8 inches across the crotch and about 5 inches deep. Bailey Woodworks is in. Hi, Chris.
I'm going to take my tool rest up a bit since I'm using a smaller gouge.
Ivory Woodshed is in. Oh, the ever lovely Ruby Clare is here. Hello, Ruby.
Good afternoon, Ruby. Or good morning, I should say.
Mark Stroughton's here. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. No doubt
Coffee for one.
Coffee.
Yeah, coffee for one upstairs, please.
I'm just going to give this gouge a quick sharpen. Now, after my live on Friday, when I was doing the back to basics, somebody asked if I could do something about sharpening bowl gouges. So at some point next week, in one of my lives next week, I'll set the camera up on the Pro Edge and show how I sharpen the gouges. You know, I was looking for my screw chuck the other day, Mark.
You've just found it.
I've just found it. Now I've lost another bloody thing that I'm looking for. Not to worry, not to worry.
Rex B's asking when the craft day is. It's the 27th of this month. Saturday the 27th. Flick's wood turning is in. Hi, Flick. Hodgepodge Woodworks says, on the Pro Edge, don't you mean sand the bowl gouges? He he he. Don't start that again. Mark says he's had to make his own coffee. See, now that Jennifer's got her own custom URL, she's far too important and famous.
You see what happens.
Coffee for the the common masses. Douglas is asking me if I'm set up for tonight. Don't be silly. Not yet. Chickwood turning. Steve Blinkhorn is in.
Hey, Steve. Right. Take some more off this.
$87 watching, Wayne.
Oh, cheers, guys.
Chris Nunn's got a question.
Yeah.
He says, I'm putting some lacquer on a piece down in the shed. Does the temperature make any difference to the shine when the lacquer is dried?
It'll probably make a difference to the drying time of the lacquer.
Oh, sorry, Sedley had a question. What was the name of the books you mentioned on Friday, Wayne?
Yeah, thank you for that. I'd totally forgotten about that. Bear with me a minute. I've just got to get them down off the shelf.
Ian B's in. Hi, Ian.
Right, books. Right, here we go. It's them two that I want.
Kevin Howell's in.
Right. Right, the first one is by John Hunnex, and it's called Wood Turning, a Source Book of Shapes. And this is basically just a series of photographs Sorry about that. Series of photographs in this one. Different shapes of different forms. And the other one is called Shapes for Wood Turners, and that's by David Weldon. And
That's the one I've got.
Yeah, this is the one that Mark's got. What this one does, it goes through the let's have a look, just see what it does go through. In 1992, this one was published. Bear with me a minute. I was looking for the contents. Right, what does it go through? Bottles and decanters, lidded containers, candlesticks, bowls and vases with shaped tops, vases with handles, bud vases, miscellaneous, mortar and pestle, drinking vessels, egg cups, salt and pepper pots, egg cup stands, cotton reel stands, teapots, cake stands, coffee pots, jugs, cups and saucers, and chess sets. And what he's done with this one is that he's got he's sort of drawn out half of the shape, and it's on a grid, so you can actually get the sizes from that as well. Go further on. It's got candlesticks. There's candlesticks in there. Bowls, quite deep bowls it is on these, but this is some of the examples. Vases. So it's a very good book for if you can't think of a shape you want to do, you know, it's a good reference point.
Barry's in the shed, is in.
Hi, Barry.
Question for you.
Yeah.
From Steve Ash. When doing a piece like this, Wayne, is there an optimum thickness for the wings?
No. This is going to sound really crass, this is, but I'm just winging it at the moment. What I'm going to try and do with this, if it works, I might not get this one finished today. What I'm going to try and do, the bowl is going to curve back in slightly, and then I'll flip it and I'll start doing the wings. But the bowl shape is actually, if I get the wings thin enough, the bowl shape, get rid of that bark, the bowl shape is going to carry on through the wing. So it'll be a bit of a hollow form type, but it'll have the wings on there, if you see what I mean. That's what I'm looking at. So I'm just going to refine this part here, coming up to the wings. Will this be any better on the overhead? Can you see that, or is it bleaching out?
Bleaching out a bit, but it's actually a better view.
Okay.
Benjamin says he's thinking of making a Jimmy Clue style box scraper, the one with the diamond pointy end. Anyone made one? He's thinking of modifying a beefy scraper, but that's a lot of material to remove. Just buy the bar stock off of Amazon. Buy a smaller piece of bar stock, grind it to shape yourself, then turn the handle for it.
Right, I think there's one more cut I'd already started here, so I might as well finish that cut.
And Hodgepodge did make a funny comment. He said, "Nice. Story time with Wayne. Everyone gather round, cross legs, and sit in the shavings." Natalia De Leo's in.
Good afternoon.
Bonjour. Circular Wood by Keith is in.
Hey, Keith.
Hi, Keith.
Right, just do this final bit on here. How are we doing on time, Mark?
24 minutes.
Right, what I'll do, because the inside is going to take a bit of doing. I'm not going to bother sanding this. You'll still be able to see the shape. It's not actually a bad finish on there. But I'll be able to get this finished off. I'm just going to cut some of these bits off here. I'll flip this round and we'll start shaping the the top. I'll be putting a different chuck on, so I'll just take this off.
Douglas Mungham's asking, what would you turn to show its best to look out of a 10 by 10 by 10 100-year-old Hugh blank, please?
10 by 10 by 10?
Yeah.
That's a bloody big lump of wood.
Yeah.
I'd do like a closed bowl. Not quite a hollow form, but a closed bowl.
Does Wayne ever use finished Hugh bowls to keep fruit in, or does the toxicity potential make it a no-no? That's from Ian B.
Right. I don't tend to use you for any type of food stuff, even if it is just a fruit bowl.
Yeah, it's better to be safe than sorry, isn't it?
Mind you, I was at a country fair 2 years ago, I think this was, and there was a guy there selling chopping boards and charcuterie boards made up of different woods, and he was actually using you, which I thought was very strange. When I talked to him about it, he'd never even heard of you being toxic.
Oh. Gerard the French turner says he has some wood drying and the ends are sealed since last week. Now there is some kind of white fluffy thing that is appearing on the end seal. Why, please?
Right. Hang on a second. What you're getting there, you're starting to get some fungus growth. That's what you're starting to get there. Give it a wipe off and reseal. And also, where is the wood stored?
Jennifer Stroughton is in. Finally. She's obviously been busy giving out autographs and
probably something like
signed
that.
photographs, yeah. Hi, Jennifer.
See, she gets that URL and she just thinks you can come in anytime.
Yeah, that's it. She did make the cutoff by about a minute, though. Gerard says the wood is stored in his workshop. Does it make a difference in or out?
No, it should be okay inside. As long as it doesn't get too hot.
I'll see, there's a slight little dig there. Not everybody has hot workshops, Mr. Clasper.
Yeah, I was just saying to Mark, I had to take my jumper off.
Oh, sorry, I was yawning then. Gerard's asking if he leaves it like it is, would it spout?
It may well do, yes. Now, what I'm doing here while I'm turning this, I'm actually looking down from above, sort of through the wing, to see, because what I want to do is get the bottom shape carrying on through to the top shape. That's what I'm trying to do.
Ian in the shed's having to go back to work.
Cheers, Ian. Thanks for coming in.
You can go off people, Pete. Pete says he knows the feeling, Wayne. He was considering using the fan to cool himself down a bit. Yeah, yada, yada, yada. 'Hardcore wood turner, me. See, I suffer for my art.
I tell you, he suffers for his art. You never hear anybody whine and moan so much about the workshop.
Such a liar. "33 minutes, still holding steady at 87 people watching."
Grant. Thanks, guys.
Oh, Brian's at it now. "I'm going out to the shed after this and the heater will be on." I'm going down to the shed in a minute after this. My heater is still upstairs. I shall just put on a jumper.
Yeah, that looks about right. Let's tidy this up a bit. Grand. Right, I'm going to give my bigger bull gouge a bit of a sharpen. We'll start doing the inside. The inside I'll be using probably a mixture of tools. I'll start off initially with a bull gouge, but then I'll probably move on to using either carbides or scrapers, one of the two.
Jennifer's actually asked a very valid question. It's a good question. It's a question I'm glad she's asked. She's asked it very well. She said, "Why haven't I got a heater in my workshop?" There's a number of reasons. One, I haven't got enough plugs. Two, I'm too tight-fisted to put a heater in there. And
3, he's too tight-fisted to put a heater in there.
yeah, there's 3. Yeah.
Oh, move cameras back onto that one, I think. Or will you be better with that one? Which one
That's
do you
good.
reckon, Mark? Okay.
That one, yeah.
Right, when I start hollowing this out, let me know if I'm standing in the way and I'll change the camera again.
Lawrence Bagage is in. Hi, Lawrence. Very sorry. It's a Monday. It's after past. Stand in the corner. Oh, Sidley61 says he doesn't need a heater. Just tells his wife to start talking. Lol.
Oh my God. I hope she's nowhere near.
Steve Scott says, new lathe, now empty pockets, Mark. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Can you tell? Nick Castle said he thought it's because Cornwall has such a Mediterranean climate. Yeah, no, it doesn't. For about 3 days, end of July, it does. Ruby's asking, when you do lives, are you restricted to a time limit? No.
No, you're not, Ruby. Some people go on for quite a long time. There's a certainly Nick the Flamin' Turner. He can go on for a few hours sometimes. Steve Trudell, when he does a live, he usually goes on for a good few hours as well. There's no restriction at all. It's just that I like to keep them to around about an hour because I know people have got other things to do or may have other things that they want to do.
Peter, the Parkwood Turner's in, and he says he's already in the corner. Douglas Mungham's asking, can you get any wood to spout, and which wood shows it best? Personally, I think the best wood for showing off spalting is probably beech.
The lighter woods definitely show off spalting best. But yeah, beech tends to be the favourite, if you like. But there are others out there.
Beech, sycamore, maybe ash, spalted maple.
Let's have a look at how we're doing here. Oh God,
Steve Ellis is in. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Yeah, whatever, Mo. Bye. He says, right, he's finished lunch, so he's back off to the heated workshop. Yeah, well, yeah, whatever. Boring. Change cameras if you're going to do that, yeah. Dennis Beamish says, I've been given some willow burl and I have never turned willow. Is there anything different about turning willow that I should know before I start?
Right. Did he say it was willow burr?
Yeah.
Right. The thing is, right, if willow can be a bit stringy, but willow burr with the grain going every which way, I don't think that's going to make very much difference.
David Eisenhower's got to go back to work. See you later, David.
See you, David. Thanks for coming in.
And Barry's off to go back to work as well. Barry's in the shed. Robert Lapsley's asking, what speed are you turning at, please, Wayne?
Around about 670. I could probably turn the speed up a bit now. It's probably a bit better balanced. So I'm up at 850 at the moment.
Jennifer's asking, she got some green eucalyptus the other day. Does anyone know how it turns, please?
Eucalyptus turns not too bad, but if it's green, don't take your eyes off it for a second because it'll crack. If you got it the other day, I can guarantee it's cracked now.
Colin Izzard is asking, he obviously knows Bude then. He says, Mark, are you anywhere near Morrison's in Bude? Colin, I'm about 500 yards down the hill on the left from Morrison's. If you get to the garage at the bottom of the hill, you've gone too far. There you go.
Right.
Rex, right, I'll read this out as Rex has written it.
Okay.
He says, question, one of you said that you has a toxicity. Does that mean to use special hand cleaners or normal soap, dish soap? Is it toxic to hands and lungs?
Right. Yes, it's toxic to lungs. Toxic to hands. It all depends, I would say, if you've got some sort of skin problem anyway. The best thing to do, Rex, go on to the wood database. I think it's wooddatabase.com. Look up yew. There are basically two species of yew. There's European yew and Pacific yew, I think is the other one. But it does have in there about the toxicity.
Keith has just said that he's selling for another Turner, an Axminster 406. Very little use, comes with 2 chucks and a few tools.
Oh,
If anyone's
nice.
interested, message Keith. That's the same lathe that Wayne's using now. The only problem is Keith hasn't told Wayne that Keith is selling his lathe for him.
Yeah.
Cyconian Jojo is in.
Hiya.
If I pronounced that correctly. Welcome along. Keith says the one he's selling is clean. Yeah, that's it. A clean lathe is a sign of a sick mind. Same with cars. Yeah, Andy H. for Turning makes a fair point. He says, I don't think that very little use could possibly describe Wayne's lathe. No.
Definitely not. That's better. Getting there now.
I think yours could be described as well broken in.
Let's clean that nub off the bottom a bit.
Douglas Mungham's asking me, what are they expensive or what expensive? Oh, Wayne's lathe. Wayne's lathe would be priceless. But the 406 is about 2,500, I think. New.
Right then. Right, I think we're going to stop that there. There's still a couple of bits to take out of the, or a wee bit to take out of the side. But I'll let you have a look and see what it's like.
That's beautiful.
I should be able to get some. I'll tell you what I'll do. Where's my oil?
Gerard was asking, what tip were you using on the tip of that tool, please?
Right, this is it's just a round high-speed steel scraper that I've got on there. With this particular tool, with the Robert Sorby Excelsior, you can get carbide tips to go onto the tool. I'll just stick some lemon oil on just to highlight the colours. It's not going to affect how I sand it, because this will not get sanded probably until sometime tomorrow, by which time the lemon oil will have dried. That's just to give you some idea of what it's going to look like.
I was very impressed with that lemon oil. I used it on that burr piece I did.
I like it. Just give it a quick wipe over with some paper towel. There we are. Move the tool rest and the tailstock. Come and have a seat.
Lots of lovely comments.
So, there you go, guys. I think you should be able to see that. Let's see, tip it that way a wee bit. The bottom is going through in the same line through to the top.
Yeah.
So nice winged crotch piece of yew.
That is awesome.
There we are. Taken from the full branch, so you have got the pith running through here. I'm not overly concerned about that. This piece of yew is quite old. It has cracked around the pith, as you can see, but it'll probably not crack any further than that. The colour isn't showing up on camera as much as it is here, because it's a really lovely orange that's coming through, and a dark orange that's coming through in some bits, with still some of the light sapwood in there. So there we go. I will take some photos this afternoon, but I will get this, it'll probably get put to one side. I will take some photos and it'll probably get finished at some point. But it's actually not a bad, I've got not a bad finish on this straight from the tool. So it's not going to need very much sanding anyway. Andy H is saying His 460, I think that's support. I don't know if that's 2,300.
I think that's 3,230, I think.
Oh, 3,000. All right, okay. I can't remember how much mine was. It was a lot of years ago I bought mine. It was one of the first 1628s to come out. Thank you, Ruby. Thank you, Lawrence, Pete. Cheers, Robert. I don't think anybody would want to do that. Right, thanks for all the comments, guys, and thank you for coming along. I enjoyed doing that one. Not that I don't enjoy doing all the others, but I did enjoy doing that one. There can be a bit of a pain seeing us out and undercut. It can be a bit of a pain to get that done, especially if you want to try using a gouge all the time. But right, what's happening? Mark's on tonight.
Yep.
I gained another few subscribers over the weekend, so I think I've got about 70 to go before I hit the 3,500, where I'll be doing the giveaway, and I'll turn something live, and that'll be the giveaway, and I will send it to wherever. It's not just for the UK. I will send it to wherever. What else was I going to say? Mark's on tonight, 8 o'clock. He's turning a piece of burr horse chestnut.
And you've got tonight. Brian at Hotwood Turning's got a premiere straight after my live, and Lewis has a premiere straight after Brian.
Grand. I'll let the rest of the week take care of itself. So at some point next week, I think it'll either be Monday or Friday. I'll show you. I'll get a camera set up, so it's at the Pro Edge, and I'll show you how I sharpen my gouges. This is just the way that I do it. It's not everybody's choice, but it's the way that I do it. That'll not take very long, so I might turn a quick bowl during that live as well. So that'll either be Monday next week or Friday next week. I'll be doing that.
Cool.
Right. Okay. Again, thanks very much for giving up your time.
Andy H is returning. He says he's on at 1 o'clock tomorrow for his very first live.
Oh, nice one, Andy.
So everybody go and check that out. Andy H is returning.
And he's turning on a decent lathe as well.
Yes.
Right, I'm off. I'm going to get some lunch. I will see everybody. Well, probably tonight. I'll be speaking to everybody because I'll be in with Mark tonight. 8 o'clock GMT.
Yep.
Don't forget. We'll see you there. And I'm going to press the button now. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.